Hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that equips leaders and entrepreneurs to achieve their greatest potential. This show is sponsored by Current Leadership Coaching, and they help entrepreneurs and leaders excel so they can create super teams. Find out more about them at currentleadershipcoaching.com. Hey, hope you're doing great today. And if you're listening to this the day that it's released, I hope you had a super weekend. This was an extremely relaxing and restful weekend for me. And to tell you the truth, I just may have been a little bit lazy. And it's actually been a very long time since I had a weekend like that. So this extremely restful and lazy weekend, if you will, actually started me thinking about how many other people and team members don't rest enough on the weekends. And if that's the case, I wonder if any of you are in danger of reaching the point of burnout. I know that I received some great advice about midway through my Air Force career from a peer of mine. And he basically pulled me to the side and said to me that he wanted to give me a word of warning. Then he told me how he's been watching me work and how hard that I've been working day in and day out, even staying late a couple of hours nearly every day. He continued telling me that I needed to ensure I take care of myself and shut it down every day on time and go home and enjoy my family. And he finished by saying that if I don't, I'm risking losing everything and totally burning out. Well, I got to tell you, his words really impacted me. And I started to take notice how I was not only pushing myself, but I was also pushing my team members. And it just wasn't healthy for anybody. That night, I went home and talked to Jen, my wife, and I apologized to her. I told her I was sorry for working so many hours and just neglecting my time at home. The next day, I went in and I apologized to my entire team, and I could instantly see the relief on their faces, especially my very best workers. You see, I had been pushing them too hard, and to get right down to it, I was taking advantage of them and how great of workers they were. I was expecting them to pick up the slack for the average and subpar workers. And it was killing their morale, their energy, and basically the overall productivity of our entire team. I noticed that the more work my best workers did, the less work the rest of the team did. And it was having the opposite impact of what I really expected it to have. So all of this to say that you need to be careful that you don't take advantage of your very best team members. And you know who they are. They're the ones that you know will have all their work done. They're your most loyal team members, the ones that never give you any problems, the ones that are always taking the advantage to get work done even before you ask. Today's challenge is for you to just think about who your best workers are and whether or not you are expecting too much from them. Now, don't confuse this with pushing some team members harder than others, because some of your workers just may need an extra push to get moving. I'm talking about your very best workers here. They're the ones that don't really need any push, and they're going to do their work without you having to say anything. If you start pushing them too hard, man, it's just going to kill you. Now, after you've thought about all this, schedule a meeting with your best workers and ask them if you're expecting too much from them. Ask them how their workload is and if there's anything that you need to take off their plate. And take a genuine interest in their well-being. You see, your very best workers are very rarely going to come to you and say that you need to take something off their plate. You need to be watching them, watching how many hours they're working, watching their attitudes, watching to see if they look like their morale's going down and they're getting tired. I know for certain that if my peer had not called me to the side about 15 years ago, man, I would have totally burned out and things just would not be the same today. I definitely don't want that to happen to you either. Hey, before I go, I just wanted to remind you about the free one-page goals worksheet that you can pick up at currentleadershipcoaching.com/goals. This worksheet will help you get set up to achieve a few goals by the new year and set you up for an amazing 2021. Hey, as always, Thank you for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.